Hi, Scripties. Welcome back to Season 4, Episode 1 of Scripts and Screens podcast, where award season is basically our Super Bowl.
Better late than never. The Golden Globes gave us drama, headlines, and at least one result that Twitter is still talking about. Although this happened in January and we're recapping it now, I still feel like there's still a lot of buzz behind it.
Right. So we're going to be talking about Teyana Taylor winning, Michael B. Jordan losing, and then we're going to talk about what this means for the Oscars, which is coming up in March, especially with Marty Supreme, Sinners, and One Battle After Another all in play.
All right, let's get into it. This Golden Globes was the 83rd Golden Globes, and as previously mentioned, it did take place in January. It was hosted by the comedian Nikki Glasser, and it averaged about 8.66 million viewers, and that includes people watching it live and the day that it came out, so live and same day. It did take a little bit of a dip compared to last year. It was 9.27 million. As far as Nikki Glasser, I'm not sure, I think it's Glasser, as a host, she seemed to be picking on mostly men the whole time. I don't know if you noticed that either, but I wasn't mad at it. How were your feelings for her as a host?
Yeah, I liked her. I didn't watch this all the way through. I really kind of just went back and watched like the major clips, but I think she did a good job.
Yeah, I think the joke kind of threw me off when she was talking about like touching herself. When she was talking about Michael B. Jordan was two different
Yes.
people, and she was like Nikki B. Jerkin. At first, I didn't get it, but then I was like, "Ew, what the hell?" I was so thrown off.
Yeah.
But I thought she did it in like a fun and tasteful way, like it wasn't too crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell though, like every time it landed on somebody, they just did not know what she was gonna say. Like when it landed on Jennifer Lawrence. She ended up making a joke about herself, but I just felt like I could see their anxiety through the screen.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because you never know what's going to come out the mouths of any of these comedians during these award shows. So I know I would be anxious too, and especially like I don't know if you watch the streamer Twitch thing, that award show. They compared that to a humiliation ritual, like the way she was talking about Kai
Mm.
Cenat, like would he be the next documentary? Like it was just yeah, they were doing too much of that
She
one.
was the host. She was the host of it.
No, it wasn't her. I forgot the name of the lady, but it was another
Oh,
woman.
okay, okay.
But her stuff was not tasteful like Nikki's. Like it just, yeah, it
Oh,
was
oh
very
wow.
uncomfortable to watch those clips.
Mm. Another
Mhm.
thing that I noticed that was very odd to me is like
Mhm.
who is doing the musical selections? Because
Girl.
when Tiana won her award, to me the music made sense. Like it, it was like a throwback music that we probably all heard our parents play. But
Mhm.
then I noticed when Stellan Skarsgård went up for his award, yeah, by Usher, Ludacris, and Lil Jon was playing, and I just know that that wouldn't have been his selection. So I'm just so interested in how they formulate that
They
or
just
pick
pulling
that.
stuff out. They were just let me take here, here, here. I feel like yeah, it's one of them safe tracks that they feel like the white people like too.
Yeah.
Like it's like, all right, it's urban enough, but it's
Mm-hmm.
pop enough.
It's
So
safe. Yeah.
well, they just throwing stuff on there.
Yeah. All right, let's get into Tiana Taylor's win.
Okay.
Tiana Taylor winning at the Golden Globes, that was not on my bingo card this year. Not that
Hmm.
she isn't talented, it just was unexpected.
Yeah, so this was definitely a moment because it wasn't just a win. I feel like it was a whole like narrative shift. I feel like everyone
Mm-hmm.
associates her with that Byron role, but she's been a big deal. Like since Super Sweet 16, she's been popping.
Yeah, I never saw that episode, but I always heard about that. But
Hmm.
yeah, I definitely agree with you. She's been respected in music and in the performance space for years.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
this puts her in serious award season territory. And she's in
Hmm.
talks for an EGOT or
Hmm.
EGOT, which is Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
Hmm.
And if she gets that, which she doesn't have a Grammy yet, but I feel like it's on the way for her.
Right.
Um, it's in the women that have had an EGOT or EGOT. First was Whoopi Goldberg, followed by Jennifer Hudson and Viola Davis.
Hmm. And the industry loves a multi-hyphenate that finally gets her due story. So I feel like that is coming up for Tiana Taylor. And speaking of EGOT, Viola Davis winning a Grammy was the first time I realized that you could actually win a Grammy for an audiobook performance, which I feel like is really cool. And she definitely deserved it for that book of hers.
I started and it was good, but I never finished that, so I need to revisit that. But I never knew that either. But
Hmm.
I do feel like with all these award shows, there's so many awards, but we really only pay attention to the big ones. Like when it comes to the Grammys, we're looking at album of the year, song of the
Hmm.
year, breakout new artists, and like there's an array of things that get awards, but I feel like it's just not something that we really pay attention to unless like, someone well known wins in that category. It's not something that we
Right,
really pay attention to.
right.
And then transitioning from our sisters in film to our brothers that have an EGOT. First, it was John Legend,
Hmm.
followed by James Earl Jones, Quincy Jones, and Harry Belafonte. So I thought that
Hmm.
was interesting. I never really knew who all had an EGOT or
Right.
EGOT.
Hmm. So the big question now is, does this translate to the Oscars? So historically, like Globe acting wins build momentum, but the Academy can definitely be a lot more conservative. So the key is whether voters see this as a breakthrough performance or just like a Globe's moment. Like, is it just a moment or is this a thing?
Yeah, right now I think she has a lot of buzz. And I think
Hmm.
buzz, it matters and it doesn't matter. Like I think it matters for a snub because I feel like buzz is what kind of like we create. Like we have her in conversations, and
Right.
I'm sure they have her in conversations too. But I think historically, Globe acting wins can build you momentum, but a lot of times it doesn't necessarily translate. So this
Hmm.
could be, not, that might just be what it is. It might just be public opinion thinks she should win, but she may not win. But what's confusing about it to me is the categories. Like for the Globes, one battle after another was in musical and comedy, but
Yeah.
Sinners is considered a drama. They should be
Yeah.
flipped. That makes no sense to me. They was dancing and singing in Sinners.
Yeah. I was really confused too. I don't know, because I had brought it up to Black because we watched it together, and I was like, I didn't know this was like
Mm-hmm.
a comedy, and I guess he thought that Leonardo was funny, like the stuff that I don't know. But
Stop the madness.
I don't know. But I was definitely confused about that. But speaking of, did you see the criticism about Tiana Taylor's role in the film? Like, I know online, a lot of people on the internet felt like she was just perpetuating the stereotype of like an over sexualized Black woman.
I didn't, but I'm like not surprised because we have to remember Halle Berry. She didn't win a Golden Globe, but she won an Oscar for Monster Ball, doing,
Mm-hmm.
a very risque, very, out there kind of
Mm-hmm.
scene. So I guess like, I think I would be, I mean, like her winning would be bittersweet because I don't want it to be like, okay, women only win Oscars or Golden Globes when they are
Mm-hmm.
completely, exposing themselves and pushing the limits theatrically
Right.
and being naked.
Right. Because she
But what
was
were they saying?
legit.
Like, what were people saying?
Because it's like, okay, for one, like I found it interesting because she's like, what, only basically in half the film. Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was like she was sleeping with the white supremacists.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. It was, yeah, they weren't really feeling it. Like, they were, again, supportive because it was her. Of course, we want this one for our sister. But they were like, dang,
Right, right.
like, she had to basically sleep with the white man, the racist white man, two white men to win this. Like, but yeah.
One thing about the internet, they always gonna, connect them dots. Be like, look
Hmm.
at this subliminal line or subliminal
Hmm.
message that's in here.
Hmm. But yeah. All right, so moving on, let's address the elephant in the room, Michael B. Jordan not winning.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, including myself, thought he had this locked. I mean, I
Hmm.
know at least Black Twitter did, and
Yummy.
especially after critics circles momentum, it to me made sense.
Right. And here's the thing, sometimes a Globe loss doesn't hurt your Oscar chances, but sometimes it actually fuels them. So, which I'm hoping because I'm hoping people are like, what the heck? And like, he better get this Oscar because I don't know. Every time I watch Sinners, I watch it as if it's the first time I've seen it. It's like my sixth watch. Just
Yeah, and you're not the only person. Like I know I went to the movies to see it twice.
mhm.
And I had, like you said, the same excitement. It's almost like when, like, you've been to Chuck E. Cheese, right?
Right.
And then you take your daughter or your niece to Chuck E. Cheese, and it's just as exciting because how excited
Mhm.
they are. And it's like, this
Mhm.
is like our Disney. Like, Sinners is our
Yep.
Disney. Like, I don't know.
Mhm.
You could go so many times, watch it so many times, and you still feel the same way.
Right.
You don't get bored, you don't get tired of it.
Mhm.
And I think the Academy loves a good comeback narrative. So I think that they could run with that since he was snubbed in the Golden Globes and make it a
Yes.
comeback for that.
Yeah. Mhm. So, but does this change the conversation? Like, instead of he's sweeping now, is the race more open than we thought? Because again, I went into this thinking like, all right, Michael B. Jordan got this. He finna get all of these awards. But now it's like, oh, okay, he got some competition.
Yeah, I think perception is everything during award season. I am really
Hmm.
hoping that he takes home an individual award. Like, I think Sinners is going to take home an Oscar for sure.
Oh yeah,
But
definitely.
will it be the one that we're looking for? Like, is it going to be, best male actor, which he's going up against a different set of people. And to me, the Oscars reflects more of who he should have been up against. So he's going up against Timothy Chalamet for Marty Supreme,
Hmm.
Leonardo DiCaprio in One Battle After Another, Ethan
Hmm.
Hawke in Blue Moon, and Wagner Moura in The Secret Agent, which is who won the Golden Globe this year for Best Performance by a Male Actor in a Motion Picture.
Hmm.
Um, and like in the Golden Globes, Michael B. Jordan wasn't even against Leonardo or Timothy Chalamet. He was against like The Rock and like other people. So I just feel like the Oscars is a more fitting comparison.
Right. No, I definitely agree with that. So, I mean, I've got my fingers crossed. But speaking
Yes.
of, since we're on the topic, a couple of days ago at the BAFTA Awards, when that man with the Tourette's shouted out the N word, what do you have to say about that?
I agree with Jamie Foxx, and I think Jamie Foxx called BS. And this is why I call BS. Like I do, believe Tourette's is a thing. I know there are tics, but my whole thing is, why weren't you ticking the whole show then? Like we see that one girl, I forget her name, but she has like a show, and like she's just constantly ticking.
Right.
So my thing is, you ain't tick at all the whole night. You just ticked
Mm-hmm.
at one time when there's two black men on the stage, and you chose your word of choice was the N word. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if that is the case, and that means something was taught in your home, you're exposing yourself to some type of, like, that just doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
Like, I don't think that, like, and then I heard that he didn't apologize or anything. So, like, you have a tick and you're screaming, but that doesn't mean that you don't have social awareness to know you just yelled something that's off the wall and should apologize. So, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not feeling it. And it's just always another case of, when things are done to us, we have to flip the narrative to, well, this
Right.
person has a medical diagnosis, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
over it. I'm over it.
Yeah, I was watching a video, a reel on Instagram, and it was a black guy with Tourette's, and he was saying like sometimes he says, the N word too, but he had to train himself to say when he was about to say it, nickels, pennies, and dimes. So he replaced with
Mm.
nickels, pennies, and dimes. So yeah, it
Mm.
just, and then people were saying like how they edited out the Free Palestine line, but they couldn't edit out the N word line, and I'm just like, all right,
What?
yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that.
But then
I,
somebody
that.
was like,
But I'm not shocked. I'm not
yeah.
shocked. Like I'm not saying that, like anti-Semitism, however you say it, being
Hmm.
against Jews, like that's okay. But they just find everything to put over, and that's why when people didn't understand why we were saying Black Lives Matter, of course all lives matter, but what is not being showed in this country is that Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Everything, every cause, every purpose is just supersedes the Black individual, and this is
Hmm.
another instance of that where we're gonna bleep out Free Palestine, but not the N word. Be so
Hmm.
for real.
Yeah, that's really what's got the internet in uproar. Like y'all could have, yeah, yeah.
Mm, mm,
So
mm.
yeah, that is that.
All right, transitioning. We're gonna kind of highlight Marty Supreme because that's a big contender in the
Hmm.
awards. So let's definitely get into that.
Yes. So, this film is quietly building steam, and I now feel like it's a serious Best Picture contender. Again, I'm not doing my job as a podcast host. I have not yet seen Marty Supreme for different reasons. The fact that when I went to go, they had took it out the theaters, but I look forward to seeing it. I know they did a lot of promotion for this. They were joking online and saying that Timothy Chalamet is promoting this as if he is running for the Democratic vote. And I thought that was funny because he is in all the black spaces. Well, he was in all the black spaces trying to promote this
Yes.
film.
Rapping. Yes, yes, yes.
Hmm.
I never thought about that. Once again, like my brain is very like, unless I'm telling myself to look at like, I don't know, like I just look at things for what they are. I don't do deep dives.
Hmm.
Um, but the thing is that the Academy loves character depth, performance weight, and strong directing. And this film does, I did see it and it does have all three. I actually
Okay.
really did quite enjoy it.
Okay,
So I
good.
think that it definitely has, I liked it better than One Battle After Another. To me, when it comes to the three heavy hitters of Sinners, One Battle After Another, and Marty Supreme, I just don't feel like One Battle After Another should be in conversation. It was a good movie, but to me, it's honorable mention at best.
Hmm. Do you feel like that because you feel like maybe it was not a lack of competition, but like, well, I guess a lack of competition. Like it was kind of just like the third one thrown up there. Like if it would have been more movies, it might not have actually been in the top three.
Yeah, I think in previous years there have been more things where it's like, oh, I loved that movie, I loved that movie, I loved that movie, I loved that
Hmm.
movie. There was a lot of things up there that like I didn't even hear nobody talking about, like the Golden Globe, Hamlet. I didn't
Yeah.
even know that was out.
Hmm.
I've heard nothing about it. So, yeah, I don't know. But for Tiana to win though off of it, so it's just like, I don't know. Yeah, I think it was the best thing she's done to date for
Oh
her.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
for
think it
her,
was the
definitely.
best thing that she's done to date. But as far as the movie itself and the directing, I don't think it was really a masterpiece. And when I think of Oscars, I think we're rewarding masterpieces. Golden Globes are rewarding masterpieces, thinking out of the box,
Hmm.
and just like stand out good performances.
Right.
But I think if Timothy Chalamet and Marty Supreme take both categories, actor in a leading role and best picture, I won't be surprised.
Hmm.
Do I agree? No. But I think the reason why I don't agree is because the movie Marty Supreme is good.
Hmm.
I mean, it's really good, but it is not original. We have seen time and time again real people's lives brought to our screens. Like,
Hmm.
that's nothing new. Sinners, to me, that is a cinematic masterpiece. It is
Yes.
original storytelling. And I feel like that's why I think it got a Golden Globe for screenwriting. Um, but I feel like it just has original storytelling, and Michael B. Jordan convinced me that he was two separate people. And I have
Yeah.
not felt that convinced since Lindsay Lohan and Parent Trap. So
Yes.
I think Michael B. Jordan deserves it over Timothy Chalamet, not only for his performance, but just originality.
Yes. So, because in my eyes, like you said two people, but in my eyes, Michael B. Jordan played three. He was Smoke, he was Stack, and he was Vampire Stack. So that's three characters
Ooh,
to me.
hot
Yeah.
take, hot take, hot
He was
take.
three. Because
Okay.
Stack and Vampire Stack, I feel like we're different. Like,
They were. They
yeah.
were.
And he convinced
Yeah,
me, that
Vampire
was three
Stack
different
was like
people.
uninhibited. And I feel like regular Stack, still listened to his brother, didn't push the line as much.
Hmm.
Vampire Stack was completely uninhibited. So
Hmm.
since we're doing that, let's get into Sinners, which is not to us, but in the world, considered the wild card, but the obvious
Hmm.
choice for us.
Yeah. I mean, it was gender blitz. Oh, Lord, not gender, Lord, genre blending. Lord, no, it is genre blending and it was bold, it was stylish. I love a movie with a fine cast. Love it.
Mhm.
Like, whoop, wait a minute. Yeah. If the cast, I mean, from everybody from, of course, Michael B. Jordan, I think he gets more attractive to me as I feel like the older he gets. Delroy, I always feel like he was just a handsome older man. And then just Haley is cute. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
I don't want to mess up her name. Lord.
Well, it's Allen. Well, maybe she didn't change it, but they're married, Josh Allen and her. But her
Oh
last name I think
yeah.
is Steinfeld.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Haley, and then Miles. What's his last name? I think it's Canton. I think he is really
Yeah, I'm
cute
not sure.
too. The
Yeah, I
young
thought
boy,
they
I think
did.
he's young.
Yeah, I never paid attention to the looks, but I think it was an aesthetically pleasing film, though, for sure,
Right.
to say
And
the least.
Wunmi, I think her name, that's how you say Annie. Wunmi Mosaku, I believe that's her name. And then Jamie Lawson, I think she's pretty too. She
Mm,
played, she played opposite Aaron Pierre um as Betty Shabazz when we reviewed um
mm.
when he was,
Malcolm X,
yes, remember she was his
Genius.
wife.
Yeah.
Yes, genius. So I just
Mm,
thought, the cast was great casting. They were just all beautiful, all the melanin. I just loved it. Loved it all.
mm. And that's the question. Is the Academy going to embrace that edge, or is it going to lead towards what we've seen time and time again?
Mhm. If it lands in screenplay or directing category strongly, then that's when you know it's serious. So we shall
Yeah,
see.
so time will tell.
Hmm.
Moving into the one that, like, the one that's just there for me,
Hmm.
is the gift that didn't quite give, if you ask me. One battle after another. Uh, it's just, I don't know. What does it feel like for you?
Um, again, I don't know. It just, again, like you said, I haven't seen Marty Supreme, but I hope to see that soon. But it just, for me, it was no comparison between that and some Sinners. It was Sinners hands
Hmm.
down for me. Um, I honestly don't know. Like, I'm a Leo fan, but I don't know if I would have ran out to see this if it didn't have Tiana Taylor in it. I think the fact that she
Hmm.
was in it, it kind of pushed me more to be like, oh, okay, well, let me see what this is about. But if it just would have had Leonardo in it, I would have watched it because, again, I am a fan, but it wouldn't have been like, all right,
High on
this is
your,
something I
like,
need to
high on your
see.
to-do list. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I definitely feel like this is the kind of film that might win Best Director if it doesn't win Best Picture.
Mhm.
But it fell flat for me, and I feel like it fell flat for a lot of people who watched it. Like, I haven't talked to one person that was blown away by the film. Um, Everyone felt like it was kind of all over the place. So I think that the only thing that should translate over from the Golden Globes with the one battle after another win is just going to be Tiana Taylor again, for Best Supporting Actress or Best Female Actor. That's really the only thing that I see from this, but I'm sure it'll get more than that. But if it were up to me and my judgment, that's what I would do.
Yeah, no, I have to agree. So I guess just go on straight into our Oscar predictions. So
Hmm.
for Best Picture, who are your top three?
I think Marty Supreme, Sinners, and One Battle After Another.
Yeah, so I think I, of course, want Sinners. That's what my vote is for. But I think that Marty Supreme probably has. I think Marty Supreme probably will take it. And again, I'm always watching Reels, and they were saying how Hollywood kind of has like a golden boy every few
Mm,
years, and they feel like it is Timothy
um,
Chalamet's turn. So, yeah, they're probably going to push for him to get that.
yeah,
But even though I want Sinners, I'm just going to be realistic and say it's probably going to be Marty Supreme.
yeah, I agree with you. Okay, what are we thinking for
Hmm.
Best Actress?
Teyana Taylor.
Yeah,
Definitely
I agree
Teyana
with
Taylor.
you. I agree
Hmm.
with you. That's where I'm going with too.
Hmm.
Best
Okay, so
Actor.
uh, Michael B. Jordan isn't out. Um, Again, if it was up to me, it would be him. But I'm thinking they're trying to give it to the to Kylie man, Kylie Jenner's man.
Yep. I would not be surprised. I'll be surprised. Honestly, I'll be surprised if he does win. Um, Something that I think that's kind of like my prediction of the Oscars is that one of the best picture contenders gets snubbed entirely, and like maybe it's not Sinners, it's not Marty, and it's not One Bad After Another. But I think that would be kind of nuts. But that's gonna
Right.
be my one bold put it out there.
Mm.
When when men are doing their little parlays, that's my little parlay to win it
The
all.
parlay
Because it's
pick.
so unlikely to happen, like that the odds are like, I have like 100,000 against odd to one. But that's what I
Mm,
think is that we mess around and Best Picture's not even any of the three.
Okay, this is completely random. I don't even want to get off track, but so you were just talking about parlays. I saw where they were kind of comparing Marty Supreme to Uncut Gems, which I did watch. Did
Yeah,
you
they
see that
were.
comparison?
I were, but they said that they someone was telling me that like not only comparing it, but that like it's a like they're connected in a way. I didn't see that while watching, and I've seen both, but I didn't see how they were connected.
Hmm.
Like I
Okay.
just see a person that just like between the two characters of like Adam Sandler and Timothy Chalamet's character, like just like hustlers in a way is how I look at it.
Mm. Okay. All right. Because yeah, I thought I watched it the other day. You know, he was doing that last parlay, three leg.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't. That and didn't. I was not expecting, but okay. I just wanted to ask you
Yeah.
that. Mm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, I mean, I
Your bold
guess.
prediction for the Oscars?
Uh, Shoot. Again, I don't know. Now that you brought up that the best picture probably will get snubbed, I can. I don't know. I really just don't know.
You think
I
Teyana
think.
Taylor might get snubbed, or you don't think so? Like you think
I
there's just
don't
too
know.
much
I don't
momentum
even
behind her?
know. I think it's too much behind her, and I don't even know who's up against her.
Yeah.
Like off the top of my head.
Yeah, me either.
So who knows? I guess we'll see. And the Oscars are on March the 15th.
Hmm.
So we will be having an episode obviously after that to discuss. But yeah, I don't know. I hope she gets the win. Just while she's got this
Yeah.
momentum rolling.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I mean, the Golden Globes definitely have us talking. It's got us considering, will it be similar or will it be completely different?
Hmm.
So I guess until next time, we will keep watching and keep debating.
Yep. And we will see y'all at the movies.
All right. Bye, Scripties.